Yes, we are
We're back.
back.
How we
Yeah,
doing? No,
we're
we
good.
Brittany's here, and that's my daughter, the older one.
Hey.
She's got her three-legged dog, called her Tripod, but the name's Dakota. She was thrown out of a car and
No.
ended up losing a leg. Honestly, had a little brain damage, but she's a Belgian Malinois, and she's insane. Like a great dog, but I had to go and close all the doors to the office because most people, and I don't recommend it, don't have Belgian Malinois, whatever. But they're the ones when you see them online at your TikToks or your Instagrams, where they're running up the side of a wall, doing a
Oh.
backflip, grabbing a tree, spinning over it, and jumping down.
Oh man.
That's these dogs. I think on I've sent some Instagrams out because I have a swimming pool, and before it got a little cold, tennis ball throw in, she literally would jump and go 100% underwater to get the ball and come up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
Nice.
not to jump and splash and grab. I mean,
Yeah.
this is boom, 100% underwater. So she's here. So,
Nice.
whatever, something will get torn up, no big deal. All
Something will
right, so
get
let's
tore up.
start off with welcome to another edition of Life Be Reed. I'm
That's right.
Paul Reed, your host. This is the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson, Jason Crawford, being live from Tallahassee.
Yep.
Believe it or not, I got the Reed and Reed original shirt on. This is the one we filmed our first commercial. Um, I don't know, geez, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago or a little less.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, let me break this out.
Yeah.
Feel like getting all dressed up. It's Friday the 13th.
Nice.
All I'm going to do is go to work, go home, stay inside, and
Yeah.
hopefully let this day pass.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here, let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Everyone knows what a rideshare company is. There's basically, oh, there she is, crazy man. There's basically Uber and Lyft here in most states. I don't really know of any others than those two, but there might be. But they're called rideshare companies, and everybody uses them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every year they again try to chip away at how much insurance coverage they have to provide to people that hail their services, the passengers.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Um, it used to be $1 million whether you had, as long as you were logged on to the app. But even if
Okay.
you didn't have a passenger. So as soon
Okay.
as Jason says, okay, I'm logging on. If you crashed, whether you had a passenger or not, and you were at fault, it was $1 million in coverage.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
just like Florida requires no bodily injury at all. So you
Okay.
can crash and say, oh, sorry. But either way, it was $1 million. Well, they didn't like that.
And you're speaking as from the drive. If you're
Jason
the driver,
Jason Crawford is an Uber driver.
a driver. Okay, got it.
He
I got
gets
it.
up and he goes in and he goes, click on the little Uber
Yeah.
button. I'm going to start today.
Right. Okay.
And
Not a
I'm driving
passenger, a
around
driver.
waiting
Okay.
for somebody, whether to hail me down or
Mm-hmm.
and if I
Yep.
crash, it's $1 million. Well, they didn't
Got it.
like it. They didn't like
Got it.
it. So
I'm
in
with you.
2017, they changed it. They said, okay, well, let's do this. If if you're logged on, but you don't have a passenger, and you haven't accepted one, meaning you're just driving around waiting for
Okay.
someone to,
You're not
to
engaged.
accept somebody,
Right.
right? It's $50,000 a person.
Okay.
Meaning,
That's
meaning if
different.
you whack somebody, it's
Yeah.
50, and if they have 10 people in the car, it would be 100. So that's called 50, 100, 50 per
Okay.
person, and 100 for the whole car that you whacked.
Okay.
All right. Well, and then if you had accepted a ride, meaning now you said, okay, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
From that time until the person gets out of your car, it's $1 million.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was 2017. They agreed to that. They liked it,
Okay.
or at
When you
least they
say
agreed.
they, you mean the company or
This is all about insurance companies and the rideshare companies.
right? But the rideshare companies agreed to it, or the insurance companies
Well,
agreed
it's a
to it.
combination. You're in
Okay.
Tallahassee. You tell me.
So you're talking about
Currently, currently
yeah.
right now, to reduce this amount, there's currently 60 lobbyists registered to try to get this bill passed. So you tell me
Jeez.
who's lobbying for it. Well,
I don't know them.
Huh?
I don't know that. I don't know those people.
Well, I can tell you who it is.
They're got to be up here though, because
Oh,
it's always packed.
it's the Chamber of Commerce, the National Association of
Mm,
Mutual Insurance Companies, the
okay.
Personal Injury Federation of Florida, the Florida Insurance Council, Uber, Lyft, and a dozen other
Okay.
insurance companies.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the ones lobbying to lower the rates. All right.
Okay.
And what they want to do is basically, let me see here, go down that, go off that. They
Let's,
want to
wow.
change it. They
Okay.
want to change it. Basically, if you haven't accepted a ride or, and you haven't picked up that ride, so you're on your way,
Mm-hmm.
they want to change that to 25,000 per person. Uh,
Oh, my word, lowered further.
yeah. Okay.
So and then they want to add to it that if you're on your way to the ride, so that would be one of the differences from before
Oh
to
yeah,
now.
big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, huge
So
difference.
you're in pursuit, you have a client, and you're on your way.
They
That's
want
a
to, but you don't
change,
have them in the car. Now,
but you don't
mind
have them in the
you,
car. Okay.
um, think about this: the stupidity of this law. Uber drivers want to go from A to B and pick up as many people as they can, get you there, and drop you off and get another one, right? Race
Yep.
to get
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Of course, they have to drive normally, so to speak, when you have a passenger in the car, because you can rate them, you can complain, you can do this, you can do that. So they can't drive like they would when they're just trying to get to you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, here's one of the lobbyists for the lawyers saying this is bad. It says once you pick up somebody, the cars are driving better. The drivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you got somebody in the back gonna rip you a new one to Uber or
Yeah.
Lyft and give you a one rating and so forth and so on. And you know these ratings, if you see somebody's picking up an Uber and I see a driver's coming with a one rating, I want someone else,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says the guy says, well, this, it makes common sense that when you're rushing, several cars rushing to pick up somebody else, they're going to be driving a bit more dangerously and
Yeah.
negligently to get you.
Okay.
And so to decrease the liability for that person who's literally driving more dangerously than when they have someone in the car, which is still $1 million, makes no sense, right?
Mm. Mm.
But that's what they want to do. And do you know why?
I'm very curious. This is my
Well,
mind reeling.
yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
obviously, statistically, and they keep statistics.
Yep.
When are there more crashes, would you have to guess, for this to be a desire or a will
Oh,
of the
I would
insurance companies, Uber and
definitely
Lyft?
think that they want to stop paying out. So I definitely think that more crashes are happening before they pick up a driver, a rider. Excuse me.
Hold on a
Yeah,
second, please.
yeah. Hey! Wait. I have that sound effect here. Hold on, it's somewhere.
That's the law and order. But
Yeah.
exactly. And so it's just, once again, it sounds good
Mm-hmm.
until it's you that gets smoked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and again, I can tell you as someone that frequently rides in Lyft and Uber, these people are not individuals, typically speaking, at least in my opinion, and the ones I
Careful.
have had the pleasure of riding with,
Yep.
they have not been in the country long.
Okay.
And they certainly haven't had a driver's license very long.
Okay.
Yeah, and many of them don't speak the language.
Okay.
And so to lower the insurance on individuals that need money, God bless them, need money, have to really bust it to support whoever, their
Mm-hmm.
family, their parents, and
Mm-hmm.
and maybe don't have a lot of experience driving, and especially have a lot of experience driving in Tampa, Miami, New York, Los Angeles. I mean, we're not out here in a small, county road where, it's not, if there is a place in Florida that's not crazy and congested and dangerous. So the reason they want to lower it, because it's a smash and dash derby out there. They know their people aren't really qualified. And therefore, what do? It's what businesses always do. We turn to the government to save us money.
Mm. Mm. Okay. So that's
Yeah,
the push. That's the reason and
that's
the
the push.
push.
We turn to the government to save us money.
Interesting.
And that's what they're
Interesting.
doing again.
Mm.
So,
And that
it,
liability coverage isn't just for the person driving. This would
well,
be
remember, if
for,
the driver's at fault, well, he's just, what do you call it? SOL.
yep,
You're at
yep,
fault. I
yep,
mean, there's no,
yep.
you're at fault. So it protects if the passenger's injured and the
Mm-hmm.
person that they crash into.
Crash into, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the driver's just out of luck. Now remember, we had talked about this in the past, and you people, and I got to sign up today, literally today. You people out there that are doing this Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, etc., you're driving around without insurance because I guarantee you, 99,999 out of 100,000 of you people out there have not told your Geico's, your Progressive, your State Farms, your Amica's, your personal
Mm.
insurance that you're doing rideshare business. And if
Mm-hmm.
you look at your policy, 100% of them, 100% say, we don't cover you if you're working in that industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Paul.
yeah, well, and this is the joke of it. The legislation, requires the driver, the rideshare driver, to have, it just says to have insurance on their vehicle.
Okay.
Why don't they say it requires them to have a commercial
Commercial.
policy on
Yeah.
their vehicle?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, Jason.
Tell me, because I'm
Guess what?
curious. Yeah.
If Jason's an Uber driver and I'm State Farm or Progressive or Geico, and I insure Jason, and Jason's paying me a lot of money, right?
Oh yeah.
On his personal car, which you are. I
Oh yeah.
know, but wait a minute. If Jason crashes,
We
well,
don't
I
pay out.
know I don't have to cover any of it. I
So
don't
we can
have to
take the
cover
money
his
without having to cover.
collision. I don't have to cover any of it. But if I make Jason buy a
Beauty.
commercial policy, 99,999 of those 100,000 people aren't making enough money to even break even, probably, if you had to buy the policy, the additional
Mm.
coverage to drive an Uber or Lyft. You with me?
Yep. Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Your insurance, I'm going to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a golden goose for me. I can have my cake and eat it too. I can say, Jason, I'm insuring you. And I am,
Mm.
as long as you're not driving through Uber, Lyft, or some other DoorDash or otherwise. If
Mm-hmm.
you are, well, heck, I keep all those premiums and then I give you the big thank you, have a nice day. So we're just going to require in this legislature that Jason have personal insurance. Well, that's a joke.
Mm.
That's a joke.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you put up with those people up there, by the way. I don't
Maybe
know.
because I don't know everything that's going on. This is kind of
Well, I hear you. The
bothers me.
beauty of you is
Yeah.
you're just trying to do the best for homeschool and those
Yeah.
kids, which
Parents'
is a
rights.
certainly a finite
Yep.
area up there probably without 60 lobbyists registered to kill your bill.
We got a lot. I don't know, man. We're
All
up
right.
against some titans right now. It's scary. It's scary.
Isn't it
Yeah.
sad?
Yes, it
So all
is.
Jason does is lobby for the kids, and he's got monsters trying to fight him.
Walking back. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Well,
do. Yes, I do.
anyway, so
Yeah.
I got a buddy who's now a judge in Hillsborough County that I went to school with. He's like a colonel or something in the reserve military, and
Yeah.
he was very connected in Tampa, and he was a senator up there for 2 years.
Oh, cool.
And I
Two
mean, he was
years.
connected, huh?
For 2 years?
He said it was the most evil thing I've ever
Yeah, I
done.
was gonna say
And
he didn't
yeah,
like it.
he goes, in good conscience, I had to quit. I could never do it.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And this was, when did we out of law school? 93, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was in the
Okay.
90s.
Yeah.
I can't imagine now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine, but you know.
I get
But
frustrated.
anyway, so
I
and
get
here's the
frustrated.
deal.
Yeah.
We'll see if it passes. Hopefully, hopefully, how about this, people? Luckily for you guys, you have what's
Oh,
called the Florida. What do you go ahead? Question?
Barbara just commented, and she made a good point. So before you move on, maybe
Hmm.
she says that also applies to people who have kids driving, and you don't include them as primary drivers.
Okay,
So
well,
when you're
thanks,
not when you're
Mom. That's off topic, but
it
we'll.
is off topic, but like if you're not saying you have a commercial that you're driving commercially, also if you're not saying that your kid is a driver, they're
Well,
not covered. So
and that's true. When you take out your app, this happens with your lower insurance, direct general, your peak property and casual, and some of those other fly-by-nighters that prey on the lower socioeconomically situated people, the people without
mm,
money. What they do is they know that you have you can't afford most, to live by yourself. So you have your mother, brother, cousin, uncle, sister. You have other people living there.
yeah,
Well, the application says list everybody in your household either with a driver's license, over the age of 14, and so forth. And every person knows, look, if I list these 3 or 4 people, they're going to charge me more.
way up, yeah,
So they don't
yeah,
list them.
right,
Same
yep,
thing. You're in a crash. Here's what happens. Yeah, I'm on a 3-way call with the adjuster, my client, and they're asking questions. And one of the questions is, Mr. Crawford, who lives with you? And you say, well, I live with Crystal, her mother and father, and my brother. Okay, well, that's all the questions I have, Mr. Crawford. Oh, Mr. Reed, here's your lawyer. Jason doesn't have insurance before material
oh,
misrepresentation on his auto policy for not listing who lives with him. Have a nice day. So
oh,
mom is right on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
oof,
All right,
oof.
but back to what I was going to
Back to
say.
what you were saying, sorry.
Hopefully, people out there that use ride shares or live in a city or an area where there are ride shares, which is everyone. The Florida Justice Association, me, the trial lawyers, the people that look out for you, believe it or not. Even though yes, I make a good living, but without us, you'd really be screwed, whether you believe it or not. Are trying to
Mm-hmm.
fight the bill,
Mm,
try and say, look, we're trying to bring some common sense to the legislative body that most of the time doesn't have any,
mm-hmm.
and say this is a bad bill. This is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
This is not for Florida. This is for insurance companies and rideshare companies that are already making billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I saw this in the paper again. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Once
Mm-hmm.
again, stick it to the man, stick it to the Floridians who get catastrophically injured because there are unqualified, more likely than not, people in a hurry, racing around trying to make a buck. And I don't befriend anybody trying to make a buck, but
Yep.
you know what? That's what's insurance for. But that's not what insurance companies want it to be for. They want it low insurance so we can make billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day. It
Right.
isn't it isn't for your benefit. It's
And the
for
sad thing
theirs.
is,
Like
and I'll be the first to admit it, I'm a hypocrite. I've made a fortune on Allstate stocks.
okay.
Yeah, a hypocrite because I know what they're doing.
mm,
And so I'm
mm.
like, you know what? I can't, Paul Reed, unfortunately, and Jason Crawford, we can't change the world.
No, I
All
wish we
I can
could.
do is the best I can for my family and you know provide a secure financial
Yeah.
situation the best I can. So yeah, I'm
There you
definitely a
go.
hypocrite because I look at the portfolio and some of the stocks I have, I'm like I shouldn't have them. I shouldn't. I should stand up. And then I look to see to the right and I say, well, but look how much they make. Hey, what is it? I think it was on Tombstone. My hypocrisy
Knows no
only goes
bounds.
so far.
Yeah. Only go so far.
Uh,
Yeah.
and if you haven't seen Tombstone,
No, it's a great movie.
that's
Maybe
the best
greatest ever.
movie ever.
Great movie.
All right, well,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
it's 1:22. I got to get out of here.
All
You got
right.
to get out of here.
Yes.
How's the baby's good?
Baby is good. I would say happy anniversary to my
Oh,
wife.
yes. How
22
about that? I
years.
forgot.
Yeah.
Jason, give yourself a shout out. Here's the
There you
deal.
go.
I've been married twice, and I've barely been married half the time that you've been married once.
But
So
you did
what
a
is
lot while you were there.
you and Crystal have been married 22 years.
Yes, we have.
That is just fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give a standing hug. That is really impressive. And to all you people out there that have been married a long time, shout out to you too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
Well,
so
thank you, Paul.
that's it. Now we're done. Take us out.
You got it.
It's Friday the 13th. We hopefully will see you next Friday.
Reed and Reed, it's like having a lawyer in the family.